Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being with us here this evening. I am calling to order this regularly scheduled council meeting of Monday, March 13th, 2023, to order. Mr. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Yes. Councilman Clark.
Here.
Councilman Gale.
Here.
Councilwoman Hercules. Councilman LeBron.
Here.
Councilman Mitchell.
Here.
Councilwoman Rosado.
Present.
Councilwoman Rossetti.
Here.
Councilwoman Surgeon.
Here.
Councilwoman Hercules. You have a quorum, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And now, if you could please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Be careful.
Mr. Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Just a point of order, if I could. It seems like Councilwoman Hercules has joined us.
Okay, duly noted.
And for the record, our Corporation Counsel, Howard Rifkin, is also with us. Good evening, Councilwoman Hercules.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening to everyone. I would like to make the motion that we approve the minutes of the February 27th, 2023 meeting.
Second. Motion has been made and properly second. Are there any comments, any discussion on the minutes? There being none, Mr. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilman Clark.
Yes.
Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hercules.
Yes.
Councilman LeBron.
Yes.
Councilman Mitchell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Mr. Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Through you, I'd like to make the motion that we place the following items on our consent calendar. Item 3.3, Mayor Bronin with the company resolution authorizing the city to accept a $900,000 grant from the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development through its Economic Development Initiative Community Project Funding Grant Program. Item 4.1, Quality of Life and Public Safety Committee with the company resolution confirming the appointment of Amilcar Hernandez to the Civilian Police Review Board. Item 4.2, Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee with the company resolution confirming the appointment of Shanique Fintlater to the Planning and Zoning Commission. Item 4.3, Planning, Economic Development, Housing Committee with the company resolution confirming the appointment of Anthony O'Waite to the Fair Rent Commission. Item 4.4, Planning, Economic Development, Housing Committee with a company resolution confirming the authorizing the city to accept a grant funding from the State Department of Economic Community Development, DECD, for streetscape improvements along Farmington Avenue between Dennison Street and Lorraine Street and Prospect Avenue. Item 4.5, Planning, Economic Development, Housing Committee, Mayor Bronin with the company resolution authorized the transfer of 2 city-owned properties to the Hartford Area Habitat for Humanity. Item 4.6, Health Human Services Committee with a company resolution for the city to accept gift card donations totaling $35,000 from DoorDash's Community Credits Program. Item 4.7, Health and Human Services Committee with a company resolution to accept a $15,983 grant in state ARPA funding from the Connecticut Department of Aging and Disability Services. Item 5.1, Mayor Bronin with accompanying ordinance amendment of Section 32-18 of the Municipal Code that had a public hearing on Tuesday, February 21st, 2023 at 7 p.m. In item 7.4, Council President Rosado, Majority Leader Clark, Assistant Majority Leader Rossetti, Councilman LeBron, Councilwoman Surgeon, resolution to appoint Councilwoman Shirley Surgeon as Chair of the Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee, and appoint Majority Leader Clark as the Chair of the Quality of Life and Public Safety Committee.
Second. Motion has been made and properly second. Are there any discussions, any comments? There being none, Mr. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilman Clark.
Yes.
Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hercules.
Yes.
Councilman LeBron.
Yes.
Councilman Mitchell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti,
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Mr. Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Through you, I'd like to make the motion that we receive the following items. Item 3.10, Quality of Life and Public Safety Committee, Communication Concerning Committee presentations, and item 3.14, Health and Human Services Committee, Communication Concerning Committee presentations.
Second.
A motion has been made and properly second. Are there any discussions, any comments? There being none, Mr. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hercules,
Yes.
Councilman LeBron,
Yes.
Councilman Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti,
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Mr. Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Through you, I'd like to make the motion that we refer the following items to the mentioned committees. Item 3.12, to the Operations Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Committee. Mayor Broner with accompanying resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of not exceeding $400 million of Connecticut refunding bonds. Item I'm sorry. Item 3.2. To the Operations Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Committee. Mayor Broner with accompanying resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of not exceeding $400 million City of Hartford, Connecticut refunding bonds. Item 3.1. To the Quality of Life and Public Safety Committee. Mayor Broner with accompanying resolution the acceptance of a grant award under the Project Safe Neighborhoods Grant Program from the Office of the United States Attorney. Item 7.1, resolution from Councilman LeBron and Council President Rosado calling for an update on a Heart Lift program to the Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee. Item 7.2, a resolution from Councilman LeBron and Council President Rosado requesting an update on a comprehensive parking study to the Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee. Item 6.1, to the Labor, Education, Workforce, and Youth Committee that also has a public hearing on March 20th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Mayor Broner with accompanying ordinance amending the Civil Service Ordinance. And item 7.3, Majority Leader Clark, Councilwoman Surgeon, Council President Rosado, resolution urging Hartford to track the cost of climate change to be referred to the Public Works, Parks, Recreation, and Environment Committee.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second. Are there any comments, any discussions, comments? There being none, Mr. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hercules,
Yes.
Councilman LeBron,
Yes.
Councilman Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti,
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Mr. Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Through you, I'd like to make the motion that we postpone the following items. Item 3.4, Planning, Economic Development, Housing Committee, communication to postpone in committee resolution calling for the Hartford Court of Common Council with city departments identify ways to create a designated tractor-trailer parking area. Item 3.5, Planning, Economic Development, Housing Committee, communication to postpone a resolution confirming the appointment of William Kemp to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Item 3.6, Planning, Economic Development, Housing Committee, communication to postpone in committee a resolution confirming the appointment of Jonathan Cabral to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Item 3.7, Planning, Economic Development, Housing Committee, communication to postpone in committee a resolution authorizing the city to sell city-owned property located at 60 East Street to the House of Restoration Church. Item 3.8, Planning, Economic Development, Housing Committee, communication to postpone in committee a resolution authorizing the city to sell city-owned property located at 15 Grand Street to Charter Oak Health Center. Item 3.9, Planning, Economic Development, Housing Committee, communication concerning the resolution of the post-closing use of the Mirror facility. Item 3.11, Quality of Life and Public Safety Committee, communication concerning a resolution to create and implement a comprehensive crime prevention strategy. Item 3.12, Quality of Life and Public Safety Committee, communication concerning a resolution facial recognition technology. Item 313, Health and Human Services Committee, communication to postpone in committee a resolution for a study on a North End grocery store. And item 5.2, Mayor Broner with accompanying ordinance amending Chapter 18, Article 2 of the Hartford Municipal Code.
Second.
A motion has been made and properly second. Are there any questions, any discussions, any comments? There
Madam
be a-
Chair, just noting that item 5.2 has a public hearing on March 20th of 2023.
Duly noted. Mr. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hercules,
Yes.
Councilman LeBron,
Yes.
Councilman Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti,
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk, and that concludes our business for this evening. This meeting is adjourned. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being with us here this evening.